Adam Weinrib with FanSided, here with comedian Kumail Nanjiani, who is partnered with Quest Nutrition in accordance with the release of their Bake Shop lineup. First, Kumail, I just want to start by asking about the partnership and how Quest has helped you along your fitness journey.
Yeah, I mean, I've been a fan of Quest products for a very long time. Their protein bars, their tortilla chips. And so when they came to me, I was like, yeah, I eat this stuff anyway, and now I'll get like some of it for free. Great. Um, and when I signed on after that, they told me that they had this bake shop line coming up, and I was very excited for it. And their muffins and brownies, they're really, really, really good. They really got the texture just right. And it helped me, because I need to eat high protein. I like to really, really limit my simple sugar intake because I just am aware of how it makes me feel. It makes me crash 2 hours later. So it helps me with my workouts, obviously, high protein, with satiety too. But when I'm shooting, um, I need my energy to be up all day because it's 13, 14 hours a day. It's these long days. And if I'm eating stuff that maybe in the moment tastes great, but I know in 2 hours later it's going to have me crash, that's not good for me at all. So the Quest products, there are days where I just eat um, protein bars and protein muffins all day and some fruit.
Of course. We know Quest helps fuel your fitness journey. I'm curious, are there any sports that you've sort of taken up in recent years as you've been pursuing, this fitness journey? Are you in the pickup basketball scene at all?
No, I really am not, and I'm not in pickleball either. All my friends are into pickleball now, which I do want to play. I'm not snobby about it. But no, I sadly don't really have time to do any kind of organized sports or anything. I would love to. I would love to. So for me, really, it is just working out.
I know that you are an NBA fan. If given the chance, would you play in an NBA All-Star celebrity game?
That's tough because those people are so good. All the people that play like Simu and Hassan and all, they're really, really, really good. Didn't Aubrey Plaza get super injured playing in it?
That's a good. I think that's true.
I
Yeah.
think she got injured playing in that. So, no, I'll watch at home. I think it's too scary for me to be out there playing with those guys. I am nowhere near, I'm not good. I've never really played basketball. I don't want to do it. I don't want to
That's
be
probably
humiliated in the entire country.
it's the right call. We had Anthony Anderson on, and he was roasting everyone who wasn't good. So if you're not confident in your abilities, I don't think you want to step on that court.
Oh, I have zero confidence. Very happy for people like Anthony and Hassan and Simu to go out there and kick ass.
In terms of your fandom, I know you do follow the NBA. Do you have teams or players you gravitate towards? You just sort of a fan of the game in general?
I think Antetokounmpo is really, really, really good. I've just never seen anybody sort of move like that. And then Jokic, where it's like, I don't know how you just don't look like anybody that I've seen before move like that. So I think those guys are really like, they're just changing what I think people thought those positions could do. Obviously the NBA has been evolving for years and there's been a big European influence. But I think those two players are taking it even further. I mean, the way that Giannis moves and the things he can do, we've never had anybody like that.
I'm glad you mentioned a Midwestern NBA star because I know you were in Chicago for many years, and that is, in terms of sports fandom cities, one of the wildest, one of the drunkest. Did you ever get sucked in by that Chicago sports scene during your time in the city? And if not, or if so, what's your most ridiculous interaction with an intense Chicago sports fan?
Well, I lived right next to Wrigley Field while they were in the World Series, and
Yeah.
I was there. I wasn't at the stadium. I was right outside the stadium with friends watching the game. When you remember when that guy, when Moises Alou was trying to catch the ball, and the poor guy's name is Steve Bartman, like
Yep.
messed up the catch. I was there for that. So that level of anger and energy is not something I have ever felt in my life. I actually also was at the Olympic finals between France and the US, the basketball. And that is the most energy I've ever felt in a specific room, ever, ever, ever. That was exciting. And it was exciting when, like, I think Steph hit those four threes in a row. When he hit that first one, and the game was close then, he hit the first one. The energy in the room changed because we could all feel like, oh, now he's just gonna hit everything. Even though he hit that first one, it wasn't like the second one or the third one. The first one, we were like, oh, something just shifted. Something magical is about to happen. You could just feel it. Um, but yeah, being there in the city for that moment with the Cubs, oof, I'll never see anything like that because that dude's face was all over the news for weeks. Poor guy.
Yeah. Steve Bartman is going to be so bummed out when he gets the Google notification that he popped up in a Kumail
Again,
Nanjiani
I thought I
interview.
was done with this because he didn't do any interviews or anything. I genuinely feel bad for that guy. He's a
Yeah,
fan.
he's just a fan like the rest of us. Yeah, I do appreciate the low profile he kept. Everyone makes fun of me, but I have to do it. Whenever I get someone on who hosted SNL, I have to ask about the experience. And you hosted back in 2017. Take me behind the scenes a little bit. What do you remember about that week? Was there anything, a pitch you heard, something that got worked on that got cut that you still are like, I wish we'd done that?
Yeah, yeah, I had a great time, and I was like, "Oh my God, it's so nerve-wracking." And they're like, by the time you start taping the show, you're so exhausted that you're not nervous. And they were totally right because you get there Monday. Monday's nothing. I think you got a nice dinner Monday, or you got to a nice dinner Tuesday night. There's like a night. And then the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you're doing these pre-tapes, and some of them, it'll happen like in a like a movie theater or something, and you got to shoot middle of the night to do that. So, and then Saturday's rehearsal all day, and then I remember I did the show, I did the rehearsal, and it's longer, it's 2 hours. I did the rehearsal, and I was like, oh my God, I did it. I hosted SNL, and you're like, no, I haven't even started yet. That was the practice one. So by the time you get there, you're sort of like there's so much forward momentum. And in between sketches, they pull you back, they take your clothes off, put them on. They are truly the best in the business, all the tech people, makeup, hair, wardrobe. I mean, they are the best in the world because with no time, they make it look as good as movies. Um, so I remember it being a whirlwind, and I did enjoy it. If I get to do it again, I think I would enjoy it more because now I know what I'm getting into. There was a sketch that John Mulaney and I had written that I thought was really funny. And it was like a children's show. So, there's like a bookworm character in it, and there's the computer character, and they're all in outfits, but they're all like, all the questions that are coming in from kids are like very depressing and dark questions. So it's just this game show, the children's show, they're trying to be happy, but everything is just like making them sad. I don't remember the specifics of it, but I remember being like, oh, I really think this is really fun. And we didn't end up doing that sketch, but that was a very fun one to work on.
I appreciate that. I'm a sucker for cut sketches. So thank you for playing along and thank you for joining us on behalf of Quest. Kumail, I really appreciate your time.
Thanks for talking to me.